Lazy After Dark. And today we're going to be discussing controversial topics on politics, religion, pop culture, and current affairs. Our panel includes D. Lee, the Lady Sharecropper Business Manager, Pax, Assistant Business Manager, and D. Social Media Director of the Lady Sharecropper Hydroponic Garden Supplies. Question: are there unidentified flying objects? And what are they? D. Lee, what say you?
Well, as any stoner has, we've stargazed, we've looked up at the middle of the night, so everybody's seen something that they couldn't place as a plane or a helicopter that's made movements or done something out of the norm.
But you look up in the sky and you see what?
I mean, it might be something like a satellite floating through, but you might catch something glowing. You might catch something shooting through the stars one way and then shooting the next, and a couple seconds later.
D, are we alone?
I don't think we are. I think there's something out there. I don't know what it is.
Check out these news clips from the mainstream media.
A UFO in China's skies forced Zhoushan Airport to stop operations on July 7th. Outbound flights were grounded after the unidentified flying object was detected by a flight crew. The incident has captured the attention of Chinese media, and theories about the UFO's identity are burning up on the internet as well. They include everything from a hidden U.S. bomber to an elaborate man-made hoax. For now, the UFO continues to be a mystery. A spokesman from China's Civil Aviation Administration confirmed to ABC News that the matter is under investigation.
Some Chinese residents are on edge this morning after another apparent UFO sighting. It's the second one in 2 weeks. The first sighting was on July 7th, and an airport had to be shut down.
All right, that's a UFO if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, can you identify it?
That's undeniable.
The airport had to be shut down after people apparently saw twinkling lights above the airport terminal. 17 flights had to be diverted. The latest sighting happened just 2 days ago, and people say they saw 4 lantern-like objects forming a diamond shape in the air, hovering in the sky for over an hour. And aviation experts say they don't know what it was. It wasn't a plane.
Scientists from all over the world are trying to figure out what caused a mysterious blue light to spiral in the sky over Norway on Wednesday.
As UFO sightings go, this one was as good or as weird as it gets.
A light appearing high in the Arctic sky, baffling those who saw it and exciting a lot of comment. Early yesterday morning, just before dawn, this appeared in the Norwegian sky. A blue light, small at first, growing into a spiral and then disappearing into what appeared to be a black hole. In the northern community of Trondelag and on a Norwegian military base, cell phones snapped, video cameras rolled, and bloggers got busy.
Tonight, Norwegian authorities are investigating strange lights seen in the Arctic sky. The spiraling white light was seen for several minutes Wednesday morning. Locals say the light appeared to be bigger than the moon. Thousands of Norwegians bombarded the Meteorological Institute to ask what that light could have possibly been. Some feared it could have been a meteor, others a black hole, and there are even those that thought it could be aliens.
A strange spiralling white light was spotted in the early morning sky over Sydney, with even skeptical witnesses wondering if it was a UFO. The unusual sight was recorded by hundreds of people from Victoria north to Queensland.
A spiral in the sky around a bright light.
Scientists left baffled by an unexplained circular light seen hovering high over Moscow on Wednesday evening. People described seeing a wide circular formation in the sky. Footage capturing the spectacle will help whether scientists and specialists find an explanation for the event.
What was in the skies over Jerusalem? And why did it stop over one of the most treasured sites in Christianity.
There's a new video this morning that some say may be proof we're not alone in the universe. A UFO in the form of a bright light is seen descending over the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. The video is said to be taken over the weekend. Then suddenly the light shoots up into the sky. Here you see it. Another video from a different angle appears to show the light doing the same thing.
Now it is sparking intense debate on the internet. Trace Gallagher following this live from our West Coast News. So the question is, what was that UFO? What was it doing over Jerusalem? And, you know, is he back?
Yeah, and that is the question, by the way, Megan, because, you know, critics, it's difficult for them to dismiss this because there are so many different angles. We've got 4 different videos, all from various perspectives, but they do not know of anything like this in the Israeli army.
All right, because listen, I don't like to be scared. I just can't take it. It's, you know, I don't know what it is.
Well, I wish I could give you an answer to this bizarre sighting. I really can't, but I can tell you that earlier today, there were dozens and dozens of people right here on 23rd and 8th. They were standing right here, and they were all in a stupor, just crowded together, looking into the sky.
Well, a lot of people are looking up. It's because of a mystery in the sky. Is it a balloon, a UFO? Whatever it is, it sure has a lot of people talking. Eyewitness News reporter Jeff Begay is live in Chelsea, where crowds have gathered. Jeff, what's this all about?
Well, Sade, we don't know.
What is the government responsibility under the United States law? What is that?
I can tell you what we were taught in school what they're supposed to do. You know, growing up, they were told that they're supposed to protect and to serve and to for the people. But, you know, as you grow up, you start to realize it's not what they say it is. You start to realize, especially me being a minority in who I am, it's really not how it's supposed to be. It's crazy. It's hard to describe how that, like, our government is just a shadow government. It's like Americans are the only people who have sarcasm because we say one thing and do something completely different. That's just the way our government is. That's the way we operate here. I can say this about a government. There was and there is one supreme government. All this other stuff, the U.S. government and every other, you know, country's government is an imitation of that, but those imitations are not good, and neither are the people behind them. Those imitations are forms for other people's pockets to get fat. That's all it is. It's just money for them, and it's control over everybody else. And that's not what God wanted. See, the real government is just, and these governments aren't just. Our judicial system's a joke. It's meant for people to it's meant for people to keep getting in trouble. You get in trouble, you pay them, and they get you in more trouble to keep paying them. And I mean, I'm sure most of you watching at least have some relative or a close friend that you know that is caught up in this system in some sort of way. And you guys can relate to how, you know, big of a circle it is. It's just a repeating circle. You know, it's just sometime soon somebody will make a change to that. None of these governments are right. None of them have good intentions because they're all imitations, and there's no reason to imitate the right one. Any reason to do that?
Some say the government is lying. What do you think? Lying? Why?
Lies for the same reason any average Joe lies, because they're afraid. They're afraid of what knowledge. Knowledge brings power, and if you can withhold knowledge, then you have power over people. And if they slip up, if they gave us the knowledge that they had vaulted up, they're afraid of what the people can do with that knowledge.
about the strength that the actual people in America really have, and people in the world really we had if we knew what really was. That's what I think.
Oh, I don't necessarily believe the government lies to us because they're scared. I think they do it for control. It's all for control, for their control. Same reason. I mean, we got other things like religion, you know, all that kinds of stuff. It's all a form of control. Anytime you got a leader, that leader has control over what you do, because that is your leader. No matter how free we are told, you know, we have so much freedom in America. I mean, when it comes down to it, it's any government really. Anytime you have all these governments are working towards someone's better interest.
What actually does it mean to be dead? We as our panels tonight.
Be dead. What it means to me to be dead is your physical form. Your body is dead, but not your consciousness. You can't snuff out a person's being.
See, I feel the same way about if we die, this ain't it. Like, this ain't the only life for us. Our flesh is not it. Once we pass, our spirit, you know, does sometimes wander. I don't know if it's because you gotta make right with God, or if you're just doomed to be wandering the earth as a spirit, or what. I don't feel everyone's spirit ends up trapped. I feel some people's spirits do get.
Check out these news clips from the mainstream media.
A home in Hanover, York County will be featured on a national TV show tomorrow. The homeowners say they're living in the middle of a violent haunting, and they invited Fox 43 to take a look inside. So Fox 43's Katie Kairos took the tour, and Katie, you weren't exactly prepared for what you saw.
No, I had no idea what to expect, and I know a lot of people don't believe in this stuff, but you can take a look at what happened to us inside the house and decide for yourself.
This home looks quiet from the outside, but owner Deanna Simpson says several ghosts are haunting it, and she's caught them in photos and recordings, including this one.
The majority are bad, dark forces, unhuman.
Just a couple minutes into the interview, our photojournalist, Nick, felt his wrist burning.
Are you okay? Did you get scratched?
He was behind the camera, but Simpson knew what had happened right away.
Oh my gosh.
He'd been scratched. Simpson says it's happened to her, her husband, and friends many times before.
That's unbelievable. God bless you. You know why? Because you're telling the story. Because you're putting it out there. Because they don't want, that is their, I'm just telling you right now, that is their way of a warning.
She took us on a tour of the house. She shot video of this door.
If that is you, would you please shut that door? Oh my God.
It appears to close on its own.
You want to scare me so bad? Show me. Shut that door. Go ahead, shut that door. Oh my gosh, I about fell to my knees. I trembled because as soon as I said it, you never think that's going to happen.
Simpson says she often sees orbs on this stairway behind the door. It leads up to the master bedroom.
This determines whether I sleep upstairs or downstairs.
This part of the master bedroom and bathroom is an area where we've seen a lot of activity so far, and both Simpson and her cat have been pushed down these stairs before. While we stood at the top of the stairs, Simpson recorded on her cell phone camera. She was hoping it would catch orbs, but it shows something else too. It looks like a hand.
Oh, what? Mine? Did you see that?
Simpson says it looks like someone she's seen before, and it's not a ghost. It's a demon. It's been seen in the basement.
When it came on me, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't scream. I couldn't move.
So far in this house, Nick has been scratched. I've been touched and pinched. We've seen strange lights on the walls and heard noises, and we haven't even gone down to the basement yet.
Where is the place where you saw the shadow man picture?
This photo was taken with a deer camera in the basement.
This picture right here is the shadow man. He's about 7 foot tall.
Simpson says she's scared by what's happened, but she and her husband have lived in this home for 7 years. Her grown daughters refuse to stay here.
We put everything into this house, and we do want to move, but we would have to list it at such a price to where we could recoup what we put in.
Meanwhile, the family has invited mediums, researchers, and priests to visit the home. The results of one investigation will appear on the Travel Channel show, The Dead Files. Simpson says there's a history of grisly deaths in the house.
I have to prove to people our life, so that way they'd understand.
Whatever you think, we weren't in a hurry to come back anytime soon. Well, this Dead Files episode on the home will air tomorrow on the Travel Channel, and there's going to be a lot more going on that show about the history.
Okay, that is bizarre. This is our videographer, Nick Petrilla, who shot that. You're serious? You actually got scratched?
I did get scratched. Basically, when we walked in the home, I didn't feel anything at first. And then as soon as we sat down and I was shooting the interview with Katie, I felt it was something like a piece of hot metal almost. Just, it was really strange. I never felt anything like that before. And then I looked down on my wrist and I noticed there was a scratch there. I wasn't going to say anything at first. And then Deanna asked me, are you okay? Did you get scratched? And then I admitted that I noticed that I was like, yeah, this actually happened. I've never felt anything like that in my life.
Did you believe in ghosts and demons prior to this happening?
I liked watching the shows, but
Okay.
I actually didn't really believe in it until this actually happened. I was very skeptical until this.
And so, has your opinion on it changed as well? Well, I mean, both of you.
I mean, yes. I mean, I didn't think anything would happen in this home. I mean, we brought a Ouija board because I thought we'd have to bring it in and see if anything happened. And Deanna didn't even want us to bring it in the door. She thought it would be just dangerous with what's going on in her house. And now, I mean, there were just things that we can't explain that happened there. You know, she has a lot of photos of people with scratches that had been in her house before, but I never thought that was going to happen when we went inside the home.
Wow, that is really interesting. How does she even sleep at night?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. They're trying to play a trick on us.
She's brave. She and her husband are very brave to stay, and I think that they've just tried to come to terms with it. But it's an unusual feeling inside that home, and when he got scratched, I almost thought we'd have to stop the interview and leave. We were like 5 minutes in. I didn't think we could stay. It was such a scary feeling. So it's pretty unusual.
All right. Well, we wish her the best.
Yes.
Thank you both so much for sharing your story.
The person who can do that, and that's God. At the end of the day, if you're able to rest, He'll grant that.
I think probably, spirits, ghosts, that shit's crazy to me, personally. That shit's kind of scary. You know, that whole idea of ghosts, but it's also cool to know that, you know, you got people looking out for you in a sense.
I feel like it's a dimension-wise too. You're stuck in a different dimension. I mean, in between life and the other. I mean, there's another. There's something after this flesh, for sure.
It's something else to man than just the physicalness we see of him. What you say about that, Feely?
Like I said before, like there's more to everybody. Everybody has their certain morals they go by. Everybody has their own personality and beliefs, and that goes along with just the type of person you are and who you are as a person. And who you are as a person is your spirit. Is what I feel your spirit is.
Soul.
Is exactly your soul. It's just a collection of all your memories, all your everything that you've taken in over your life and before your life. Because you're already meant to be here. So you've been here forever. You ain't going nowhere. Whether it's your physical form or it's your spirit, it's not the end.
But others, like getting refrigerators blocked in front of my bedroom, not being able to come out, like stuff like that. Other stuff, I seen a shadow actually bounce from the wall into my dad, and my dad started shaking. And then once I grabbed a hold of him, it bounced out, and it was in the corner of the wall, a dark figure hissing, growling like a lion, and then it just jumped underneath the bed.
So these shadows on the wall, wow. piano's on the wall, jumping off the wall, jumping off onto the bed.
Under the bed.
And under the bed. Wow.
See, and it's more than just the visual. It wasn't just the visual that whole experience was. It's more than that. It was the feeling in the room, feeling of coldness, like literally talking below 50, and it was like an 80-degree day. This was during the day.